Every time I hug my girlfriend I get an erection. Is this normal? It's not because I just want to have sex with her, she just makes me so happy I can help it, it's like an excitement thing. I love her more than anything and I've talked to her about it a little, but I want to know if this happens to anyone else. I think it weirds her out and I feel extremely bad about it after. Does this happen to anyone else? This used to happen with an ex of mine, we called it his emotion boner. Rolling on the floor laughing.
I just lol at work at this. It's absolutely normal.
This is sweet. If it helps, when my boyfriend gets unintentional erections when we hug, he turns his hips slightly to the side so it doesn't press into me. I'm in my mid-20s, so it's less about making me uncomfortable and more so I don't giggle about it, but it might help you to disguise it. Also, erections can happen from physical stimulation around that area or heightened emotions. They're not always triggered in expectation of sex. Make sure your girlfriend knows this too, since it's likely something she's never been told either.
My husband still gets this and I find it super flattering and endearing. We're in our late 30s with kids and have been together a while. I take it as a sign that everything is working, both physically and with our connection. When I was younger, yes, these days it take 3 days planning and an animal sacrifice to raise the bastard lol. Used to when I was young.
Look at it as a gift, my friend. Be proud of your boner. Own it. Tell her about it. Nothing to worry about here. Also, I am hoping you are not 13.
A boner is a magical thing, us men cling to it for dear life. We wield the mighty meat sword and let it guide us on our quest. We use it to display our emotions, fears, insecurities, and desires. Like a tail to a dog, is a boner to a man. There are many types of boners in this weird world, including but not limited to awkward boners, tired boners, I need to pee boners, excited boners, horny boners, and last but certainly not least, love boners. Learn to love the boner, fear the boner, and respect the boner. Let it speak for you, hear its wisdom passed down the eons, an ancient marker of our inner soul. In the boner we trust.
It probably goes away when you get older and sex isn't such a loaded thing anymore.
Lol, my boyfriend tells me this happens to him. He says, I kiss you, boner. I hug you, boner. I touch you, boner. I think it's hilarious and tease him about it sometimes. Also, he's in his 20s, so don't think it's abnormal at any age.
Back in the day when I used to fuck like a jackrabbit with Down syndrome.
Edit, removed my original comment as I now realize the op and his girlfriend are much younger than I thought and I'm not that sort of inappropriate. Dude, don't worry, there is some good advice on here, totally normal.
Don't worry about it too much. If she is into you, she's probably flattered and is also probably aroused as well. She might just be too shy to tell you that.
Yep, normal.
Totally normal. You'll miss it when it's gone, way down the road.
Saw your comment saying you were in your mid-teens. Hormones are weird at this time. Is this your first relationship? I don't think it's anything to be too concerned about. I'd say just communicate with her that it isn't sexual, or maybe try to tuck your junk before you hug her so it's not as noticeable.
I'd like to say it's normal because it happens to me too with certain women. One of them was very into it actually. She liked she could turn me on like a light switch.
Are you between the ages of 12 and 25? Then yes, totally normal.
Absolutely normal. I get an erection every time I hug your girlfriend too.
Unintentional erections are common for men going through adolescence. Your body is so full or hormones it doesn't take much. That will calm down when you get in your 20s. Until then, learn to tuck and hide it.
My boyfriend gets a boner when we hug, cuddle, when I first walk in the house, literally anything anytime.
Hey, op. My husband and I have been married for 7 years and together for 11. He still gets boners just about any time we touch. He's always having to adjust himself and I find it very flattering. Especially because I'm 8 months pregnant with our third child and he still is very frequently getting them whenever we are laughing, hugging, cuddling, talking about sex, my body, my boo bullshit lol anything. It's a good sign you are really attracted to her. Not just sexually but emotionally. I know as a teen it might seem awkward or weird but it truly is a compliment. This happens to my boyfriend and he is older than you. He gets embarrassed and shy about it but I think it's incredibly flattering.
I've been with my girlfriend for 10 years and it still happens. DW about it.
How long are the two of you together?
Perfectly normal. Teen years you can get a boner just from the shining on the crotch of your pants and getting them warm. It eases with age.
Your mid-teens? Pretty sure when I was that age I could get a boner from a mannequin. I've been with my wife 10 years. I'm in my 30s. When I hug her I still get one, well, half of one. So yeah, it's fine.
Yep. Holding hands does it for me too. This happened to me too. I was 26 before I was in my first long-term relationship, not used to that much contact with a woman. It stopped happening before too long. Others are right, you're just a whirlwind of feelings lol.
I'm almost 30 and this still happens every time. Most recently we were holding hands and sitting in beach chairs, and since we were at the beach, I was wearing board shorts. I wanted to get up to get in the water but couldn't stand without the thing becoming super obvious. Super annoying.
As a girl I get horny if me and my boyfriend do anything more than hold hands, so I think it's pretty normal. Also, if my boyfriend got a boner every time he hugged me, that would RLLY boost my confidence.
Yeah, boners are good for you. Proper blood flow. It just means you're alive and healthy. Now if you can get her to touch it all the time, that's a bonus.
Haha. This is totally normal, my friend. Just means you're healthy. My boyfriend will literally just want a hug for emotional comfort and will get a boner every time, tears of joy.
Bro, I get a boner just looking at my girlfriend sometimes lol.
It happens to me, also when slow dancing.
I think a lot of older men wouldn't mind having your problem.
I'm in a 5-year relationship and every time we are together I have an erection. It's normal in my book. Enjoy it, man.
Yes. Don't worry about it. My husband still has this happen, and we are both in our 30s. He calls it his affection erection.
This happened to me a lot when I was younger and would start talking to someone new. Just give it some time and you'll start to feel a little bit more at ease and it should start to slow down.
Yeah, it's normal. I assume you're very young and she's probably pretty inexperienced, else it wouldn't be awkward really. Adult women who like you will be nothing but pleased with this reaction, more and more so the older you get. In the meantime, suffer through it. You've already talked it over with her, which is good, so take her response at face value. If she says she's okay with it, trust that that is true. No matter what happens with her, your body is behaving perfectly normally though, that much is indisputable. Just make sure to keep that boner in the right hole, thumbs up, medium light skin tone.
I remember hugging hubby when I was really upset over something and it as if hubby Jr. was saying, "Can I join in?" Made me laugh, so it worked.
Heart boner. youtube.com/watch?v=ts_OWTKCUIM youtube.com/watch?v=ts_outkqm closing parenthesis.
My partner had been having sex with me for 5 years, and he still gets hard just about every time he sees me, hugs me. He loves me more than anything, it's a physical reaction you can't control. I saw you said you're a teen, he's 27, so it's even more normal for you as your hormones are raging at that age. Honestly bro, she just has to look at me, that's all it takes. SMH my head. I'm a lightweight.
It as if she's hot.
Maybe not the norm, but it's a good thing. Enjoy it. It's too bad you think it weirds her out. I would definitely talk to her about it. I bet it doesn't bother her, but you can't know until you talk to her about it.
Sounds like a win-win to me. It happens more so in the early stages of a relationship. Especially if you're inexperienced.